You know, for a walleye angler, one of the best techniques to use, you know, whether you're pitching jigs to a weed edge, just a rock point like we have here, is to use very light jigs with some type of artificial tail and basically pitching that jig and working it down the break or working it away from the weed edge. Now the cadence to use when you're using a technique like that is really pretty important to maximize the bites that you're going to get from walleyes. And what you want to do is you cast that jig out and you do that lift, and you can play with a nice pop. You can lift slowly, but always at the top of that stroke, make sure you hold the rod tip in the air. Now what that hold does is it actually makes that jig swim back to you. And on that swim, believe it or not, even more so than when you pop it or when it's sitting on bottom, that's where you're going to see the most bites. So that jig swim is one of the most important parts of this cadence. Believe it or not, when you're casting that jig out to a point like this, and you're not even moving that rod tip, we'll lift and hold. When you're not moving that rod tip, a lot of times that rod goes whack, you set the hook as hard as you can, and you get that fish in. So the cadence is very important with a presentation like this. Make sure you pause at the top, and you're gonna have a lot more success while you're pitching jigs for walleyes.